Live from beautiful Coors Field here in Denver, Colorado, an NL West matchup on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against the Colorado Rockies. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. The headline today, the hitting streak. All right, we'll be back to get ready to go now. Luis Arraez stands in. Time call. Birdsong in his second season, making his first start of the year. And they went out and made a trade for him last season. That's hard hit on the line. And he can't make the play. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Arraez aboard here at first with nobody out. Schwarber matched a homer in his last game. The 1-2. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Really nice job at two-strike hitting in that at bat. Big rip off the bat there. Some seriously loud contact on that knock. Didn't bring in the run, but he got him that much closer to taking the lead.
Down the line, and it's foul.
Really going after it here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Line drive, base hit. Runner around third. He will score, and they take the lead. The relay to second. He's in there.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run-scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Swung on, Bell carrying well. See you later. He circles the bases, his second of the year, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 4-0.
Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? A really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
So now it's Corey Seager. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field.
Nice line drive to the full side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it outfield.
Now a chance for Bryce Elder. This looks like extra bases. Coming home. The relay to the plate. Not in time. He scores. And it's 5-0. Manager out of the dugout. So the Rockies turn the ball over to a new arm, Carlos Rodriguez.
I think it's going to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same.
And it throws offline, safe at third. J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning. Here in the third and final game of the series. That's a base hit as a run scores.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged over to start the season and get into a slump.
He's got it. He takes it on his own, and they're happy to just get off the field after that break. Back here in Denver. And on the hill for the Giants, Trevor Bauer. What do you look for here? Jordan Beck digging in for the Rockies. Gets under and pops it up. 1 down. And now the first baseman. Got it. 2 up, 2 down. Now the Rockies catcher, Hunter Goodman. And it remains 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Second inning set to go. Now it's the Giants leadoff hitter, Luis Arraez. That one hit to right. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. The throw into second, and he starts off the second with a double.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Base hit! And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Everything came together for him. Good job getting the foot down so he could catch it out front and pull it. Turned on it nicely for the knock.
Hard hit into the gap. 1 run will score. Here comes Schwarber around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in. It's 8-0. Casey Schmidt getting ready to hit. And it's second. Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking. Foul ball.
Yeah, he's ready for that fastball right there. Really turned on it. Hit it hard at the distance. But just too much hook to it. So might want to make a little bit of an adjustment. Let it travel a little more and see if we can keep that thing fair.
He makes the grab. Grounded tags at second. And now a wide throw to third. Here comes Corey Seager. 1 away with a runner at third. Here at the top of the second. Base hit and a run cut in.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and lifted into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Hard liner. Doyle giving chase. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. Headed for the plate. The run scores all the way from first. The throw to third, and he's out, trying for 3. Manager out of the dugout. Tomoyuki Sagano takes over on the mound. He's into the game with the bases empty. And digging in for San Francisco, Daniel Susac. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Snags it on the run. And that is that. It's the Giants 10 and the Rockies. Goldie steps into the box. That one lifted to left. Schmidt settles underneath it. And there's 1 down. Here's the left fielder, Troy Johnston. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
2 outs, base is empty. Now Ezequiel Tovar. Left field. Schmidt on the move towards the line. Can't squeeze it. It bounces away. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone. Now it's the second baseman. That's it at the knees, and it's strike 2. To the right side, and that one handled. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So, top half of the 3rd inning, stepping in, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford.
Fly ball down the line. And it hooks.
That's a really good pass of the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way just to travel a hair more.
Liner snagged it first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's a 2-1. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The relay throw.
No.
Just ahead of the tag. Luis Arias digs in now. Liner caught at second.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
This one smoked on its way out of here. Kyle Schwarber with a rocket. His second of the year, and they add a couple more. It's 12-0.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Judge rips that one, and that'll do it. The Giants strike for a pair as you get another look. Back here at Coors Field, bottom of the inning, Kyle Carroll's digging in for the Rockies. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Sets him down on strikes. And that's 4 strikeouts. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Brenton Doyle. Late with the swing there.
Ball 2.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got
3. Struck him out looking, and he strikes out the side at third. It's the Giants 12 and the Rockies nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. The 1-1. That one drilled left field. And it one-hops the wall. And he's got a leadoff double in the 4th. So a man aboard. Corey Seager, the next to hit. Liner, base hit. And they get in quickly. 1st and 3rd now with nobody out. So digging in, Bryce Eldridge. Payoff pitch. That's a base hit as a run scores. Now a relay to second, and he's into second with nobody out. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in. I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing.
Hard hit into the gap, should bring in 2. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate, and they extend their lead. Not stopping, he's going for 3. The throw to third, and he's out trying for 3.
Well, I think the base runner assumed that he was going to be able to make it to third.
Next to hit, J.P. Crawford. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. And the batter now, Esmeralyn Valdez. The 1-1. Now a fly ball to right center. Doyle on the move. And he makes his catch. Throw behind the runner. They got him doubled off. back. Let's take a look at how the series is. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Challenge from behind the dish here.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
So the call stands. One challenge remaining for them now. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Bounce to the right. Eldridge takes it himself. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Hunter Goodman digging in for the Rockies. Here's a 1-1. In the air, right field. Valdez under it. 2 down.
Up next for the Rockies.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And that ends the inning. Nothing doing for the Rockies. Start the bus. They're down 15-0. This game's a bit of a blowout, Siggy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Do you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruins.
Diving, gets down, could be extra bases. In safely with a double, his 2nd of the day. So a man aboard, and Kyle Schwarber will come up. Here's a 1-1. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Rounds 3rd, headed for the plate. Runner from 2nd crosses the plate. Throws out off to 2nd. Aaron Judge at the plate. And it's 2nd. Line drive, should be extra bases. Here comes Schwarber around 3rd. He'll score, and the lead continues to grow. Pulls into 2nd. That's an RBI double. Casey Schmidt, the next Giant to hit. On a line out towards center. And makes the grab. Runner tags at 2nd. Relay to 3rd.
It was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a bit more, that's way back.
That one is absolutely belted. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. Judge scores. The relay, not in time. He's safe as a run scores on the play. Here comes. Man at 2nd with 1 away. Bryce Eldridge will hit next. Ball to strike. Rip, but it curls back. Oh, look at the stop. And very nice down for the out. So up next, Daniel Susek. And a 1-1. Left field, way back there. That one hops off the wall. 1 run will score. In comes the run from 3rd to add on. And in at 2nd with an RBI double. And in scoring position with 2 away. Here's the 3rd baseman, J.P. Crawford. The 2-1. Nice grab. And that's a nice play to end the inning. They get 4 runs on 5 hits. Back here in Denver, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Troiston digging in for the Rockies. On the ground to 3rd. Slings to 1st in time. And now Ezequiel Tovar. Here's a 1-1. Into center. Judge really on his horse for this one. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Out number 2. Here's the second baseman. 2 down, nobody on. That one in there across the letters.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Good job to fight that one off.
Just not taking the bait right there, but a good pitch with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Shutout in are in the books. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. So digging in, Esmeralyn Valdez. The count 2-1. There's a swing and a drive. That one hops against the fence. And that's a leadoff double. Back to the leadoff spot of the Giants lineup. Luis Arraez getting ready to hit. And it's second. Ripped to first.
He's in there. He's safe.
As he's able to get back to avoid the double play.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
The 1-1. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. And a ball in 2 strikes. And foul ball. No question about this one. It's out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they add on. It's 21-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
Throw to first is in time. Here comes the manager. New pitcher in the game for the Rockies, Jaden Hill. This is his 3rd time out this year. That smash towards center. Doyle going back on this one. And that is that. Kyle Carroll's digging in for the Rockies. Swing and a miss at 99 miles an hour. Swings through it for the K. Strikeout number 8. Here's the center fielder, Brenton Doyle. Swings through that.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swings and misses, struck him out. So the Rockies lineup turns over. And Beck digs in now. And that's
Ball
a little
2.
bit high. Ball 2. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge. 2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses. And he strikes out the side for the second. Back here at Coors Field, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
And they've really been peppering left field, as you can see from the graphic right here. Might be time for the defense to slide a bit towards that side.
That one ripped right center field. And in one hops the wall. And he'll pull into second safely.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
Now at the plate, Bryce Eldridge. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Coming home. He'll score easily, and they extend their lead. And he's got a double, his 4th hit. So man aboard, Daniel Susac, the next Giant to hit. Ripped on a line to center. Takes it in for the out. Digging in, J.P. Crawford. And it's second. Liner, caught it safety. To the bag itself, it's a double play. Welcome back, taking a look at our game summary. A 1-1. And that's in there at the knees. Oh, great stop. Throw to first, and they get the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind another ground ball. Good execution.
And here's the catcher, Hunter Goodman. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him way out front of the slur. Paul Goldschmidt will climb in. 2 down, nobody on. Hits the top of the zone at 98 for a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come.
It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Rockies. Still in. Well, back and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. JoJo Romero.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance.
Could be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double. Back to the top of the order now. Now here is Luis Arias. And it's second. That one is absolutely belted. Into the dive, and he found it. What a play. Throw behind the runner, they got him doubled off.
He takes a huge gamble right there. If that ball's by him, the run scores easily from second, and the hitter maybe ends up on third. But a great job, excellent focus on the dive, and he robbed extra bases.
Makes the grab, and that'll end. Back here in Denver, bottom of the 8th. Troy Johnston now at the plate. Got him swinging. And he's up to 12 strikeouts on the day. Next to hit, Ezequiel Tovar. Foul ball there. And a 1-2. Got him swinging.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease.
Pulls it in on the run. That is the inning. 8 innings, 8 zeros as the shutout continues here. You're watching San Francisco Giants baseball on the show NorCal. We go to the 9th. Leading off, Aaron Judge. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base slugging too. That one ripped left field, and it's into the bleachers. Out of here. Aaron Judge with a rocket. 3rd home run of the season, and they add to their lead. It's 23-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is.
Now the left fielder, Casey Schmidt. And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. Safe at second with a double. 3rd hit for him this afternoon. So man aboard. And here's Corey Seager to hit. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Smoked on the ground a second. Throws to first in time. So it's effectively a sacrifice bunt. The ground out to the right side moves the runner from second to third.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily intend to sacrifice an out like that, but still good situational hitting. They need to find a way to bring him in.
Laser to the gap, should score the run. Runner in from third to extend it with one away. Now it's the Giants catcher, Daniel Susac. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Brings it in. Runner tags it second. And the throw's offline. Safe at third. J.P. Crawford, the next Giant to hit. What a stop. Nicely done for the out. Back here at Coors Field, we head to the bottom of the ninth. Kyle Karros digging in for the Rockies. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 1-2 now. Got him swinging for the K. The high heat, too much on that one. Brenton Doyle digging in for the Rockies. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
Got him looking. Rockies down to their final out. So back to the top of the order. Next for Colorado, Jordan Beck. They're down to their final strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. And a ground ball first. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game. So this one got a little out of hand. And the road team picks up the win. Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against the New York Yankees. Joined by my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, Sing, it's been pretty remarkable to see what this lineup has been able to do lately. They're putting on a clinic at the plate.
No doubt, Boog. Impressive performances 1 through 9. Unlike opposing pitchers, I'm looking forward to seeing another show today.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And going to the mound in this one for the Yankees, Garrett Cole. Singing, he's been outstanding and should be fun to watch.
Well, when you have a guy that can limit the opponent to very little run production, you have a great chance to win a ball game when he takes the mound. He's just having an outstanding season so far. You hope he can maintain it, because if he can...
And now this one's a rocket to right. Way back there. Gone.
Well, we see this so much more today. Lineups with pop in the leadoff spot. And it really puts the pitcher in a tough spot out there where he has to execute right away. You can't just get over the top.
Oh, this ball is crushed into left field. It's on its way ahead. Gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add to the lead. It's 2-0. So digging in, Casey Schmidt. Mullins on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the home run. Here's the Giants lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Adley Rutschman. Seager stands in now. Hammer, base hit. Now he turns and heads for second. The relay, safe at second.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over. Absolutely smoked on it.
And here comes Carlos Correa. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Oh, he's ready for that fastball right there. Really turned on it. Put it at the distance. Just too much hook to him. So I'm going to make a little bit of an adjustment. Let it travel a little more and see if you can keep that thing fair.
Brings it in. Runner tags at second. And now a wide throw to third. Here's Adley Rutschman. That one is absolutely belted. Makes the catch up against the wall. Back here in New York, and on the hill for the Giants, Robbie Ray. And this will be a tough test for him. Pitching on the road has not been that kind to his numbers. Brandon Lowe stepping in now for the Yankees. Ray, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and of course has a Cy Young to his credit. Got him swinging. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Ben Rice. So up next for New York, Ben Rice. Rice working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem setting in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
So 2 down. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Cedric Mullins. Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2. And he'll challenge that called strike. This one popped up. Correa. And that will end the inning. Back for more from the Bronx. Digging in, Esmeralyn Valdez. The 2-1. Swing, and that ball's smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. And he starts off the second with a double.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
Next to hit, Bryce Eldridge. Base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Esteury Ruiz, the next Giant to hit. That one is absolutely belted. Mullins on his horse. Can't get there. 1 run will score. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Relay throw home, and he's in there as 2 runs score in the play.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. He's there. He's got it. Runner catch for third. He scores on the sac fly, and it's 5-0.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Standing in is the power hitting second baseman, Casey Schmidt. On a line out towards center. Mullins has a beat on it, and it's 2 down.
Not cool at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those loop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Here's Siege to the plate now. Swings and sends a rocket to right. And that is that. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, we head to the bottom of the second. Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. Eldridge takes it himself and quickly one away in the second. Bellinger up to hit. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. That K is his third of the game. 2 down, bases empty. Here's Ryan McMahon now. A little out front there as he swings through it. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And down on strikes. And that is that. So the Yankees. And we're back. This offense has been on fire lately and once again getting it done today.
Yeah, a loaded lineup that can hurt you from any spot in the order. Tasty recipe for a lot of wins.
This looks like extra bases. It's a leadoff double to start the third.
Everything came together for him. Really good swing right there.
Adley Rutschman, the next Giant to hit. And it's second. That's a base hit. Correa on his horse and coming home. The throw's offline. He's safe. It's 6-0. Now the left fielder, Esmeralín Valdez. The 1-1. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. So he blasts one out the other way, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 8-0. Bryce Eldridge, the next Giant to hit. Oh, great stop. To first, and he gets it.
You're out.
Nicely done. Here's the center fielder, Esteury Ruiz. Here's a 1-1. Smash down the left field line. And that's a base hit. So the 1-out hit turns the lineup over. Back to the leadoff spot of the Giants lineup. And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Runner on the move. That's it for a strike. No throw. He's in there safely. 1-2 here. Oh, he can't hang on. The flip, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. Here is Aaron Judge. And on second, 2 down. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Coming home, he'll score, and they now lead by 9. Pulls into second, that's an RBI double. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
At the plate, Casey Schmidt. There's a line drive to left field. And that is that. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff. 3. Ball 4, take the base. 3. Out. That's ball 4. Ball 4, take your base. Out. You're out. Out. 3. Out. 3. You're out. Out. 3. Ball 4, take the base. Out. You're out. 3. Out. 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 3.
Ball 4. Safe. 3. Out. 3. You're out. Out. 3. Out. 3.
Ryan Weather. Now
3. You're out. Out.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
10-4 is how it ends. Roger Dodger, ground beef control. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.